ladies and gentlemen. It's nice to see you here again. Last year I was here and the hostess, she told me she recognized me. Thank you very much. Yeah. Anyway, we are going to start our presentation. It's an energy saving lighting. It's called, our energy saving lighting is special. I call it optical film reflection lamp. Before everybody knows energy saving lighting, most of the energy saving lighting related to LED. But we are using totally different logic to develop our product. And in the meantime, we can achieve a higher saving percentage compared to LED. In the meantime, we try to delete the disadvantage of LED. And you can see this from the next presentation. Thank you. Let's go back from year 2004. That's how we developed our first product. We saw in Olympic fire was lit up by a focused sunlight in Athens. So we developed our ideas by this scenery. We try to resume this experiment. So we make it our reflector bulb. You see the middle hole. There is a hole in the middle. And here's the light with 500 watts. Through this hole, we put a piece of newspaper and face the light. Within 3 seconds, 1, 2, 3. This piece of newspaper was smoking and burning and burned out within 3 seconds. There are 2 major techniques involved in this experiment. The first one, the reflector efficiency must be very high enough to collect all the energy from the lamp, 500 watts. The second technology is we have to well calculate the curve, this curve, to make sure every light beam is designed to make it focus on one focus. If there is no focus, it's not possible to burn a piece of newspaper. So after we make sure, our engineer team makes sure we can do this, and then we start to develop our energy saving lighting. Here is our principle. You see this one? For a normal office, 2 feet by 2 feet ceiling lamp, you have 360 degrees light. But for the light upwards and to the lateral, they are totally wasted because of the irregular surfaces. And that's the basic physics principles. So we make a curve, well-calculated curve, to make sure every light beam is reflected downwards. So we are not creating more light, we just avoid some waste. So all the upwards and lateral light now are totally reflected going down. And that's how we save our energy. And you can see from these figures, for traditional lamps, there are 4 tubes. Each traditional tube power consumption is 20 watts. Times 4 is totally 80. Plus the starter and the transformer. So one set of the lamps, the power consumption is 150 watts. We use T5, 2 T5. Each T5 power consumption is 14 watts only. So times 2 is 28, plus the electronic ballast inside. So one set power consumption is only 31 watts. From 115 down to 31, it's already 75% saving. And this percentage is much better than LED. As far as I'm understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, the average energy saving by LED is 50%, 55, 60, 65 maximum. But we can save you 75% and using the traditional T5. So in the meantime, you can see the illumination performance. We turn out to have a better lux, you see. At the height below the lamp, we turn out to have 430 lux, and the traditional lamp only have 283 lux. In fact, we don't have to be brighter. If our lux reading by our OFRL is equal to 283, we already save you 75% because we are using only 31 watt to compete with 150 watt. Okay, and we are not only bright in one point. So we measure also within the 50 centimeter diameter under the lamp, and also 100 centimeter diameter under the lamp. And it turns out we have brighter illumination. And the cost saving analysis. Everybody is very curious about this. Okay, one-to-one comparison. We said you 84 watt. If you use your office 12 hours a day, 25 days a month, 12 months a year, and you got this saving, 302 kilowatt hour. And you can calculate by which country and which rate your power company will cost you, and then you can get your yearly saving per set per year. In Malaysia, I make it 0.4 ringgit per kilowatt hour from the government, free company, and then this is yearly saving. And so from this saving, you can get it paid back within 2 years. Because the retail price now, we are 220 ringgit, including everything. So you get it paid, if you use 2 years, you save 240. So you get it paid back within 2 years. If you have 24-hour stores, like underground 7-Eleven, or you have application for underground parking, you have to let the light on for 24 hours. Then everything has to be multiplied by 2. This means your savings multiplied by 2 as well. And so you get your investment payback within 1 year. There is another special design features for my energy saving lighting. Please pay attention on the pin here and the holes here. So with this pin and hole, we can change the relative position of the tube compared to against the reflector. If I change the position of the tube, I can change the light distribution pattern. I can make the light a little bit focusing or diffusing, or make the light a little bit leftward or rightward. What is this design good for you? We have different ceiling height. Some ceiling height is 2.5 meters, some is 3 meters, some is 3.5 meters. For the traditional one, in order to keep the same level of illumination, the only way is to add more and more lamps. However, with our lamps, you don't have to do so. You can make your light upwards, make it more focusing onto your working desk. So your working desk will be kept at the same level of illumination. However, the surround will be a little bit dark, but that's fine to do. So you don't have to add more and more lamps. Remember the figures? We just give you the calculation example. Whenever you add one more lamp, it costs you 120 ringgit per year per set. So I think we might be the only lamp manufacturer which can change the light distribution pattern. These are interesting photos. You see these two guys weigh 180 kilograms. They're standing on the structure of my fixture without, they won't damage these fixtures. Of course, normally you don't standing on a lamp, but this is just trying to show you how robust design my lamp is. Let's go back to the previous one. I have to say one more thing. This is one piece for ABS material. It's first level anti-flame, so it meets any building material requirement worldwide. This socket, I purposely use Germany made. Why I want to use Germany made? Here is the contacting point with your power and your tubes. And this point get hot easily. If it is a normal plastic, it gets fragile. So when you replace 1 time or 2 times, this will be broken. And then the whole lamp is out of order. You cannot use it anymore. So I purposely use a Germany-made company called BJB. They manufacture the socket for more than 140 years, doing nothing but the socket. For temperature, because we are using so less power, only 25% compared to the original one. You see, I use the detector to detect the temperature. Here is 41 degrees Celsius for your lamp, single lamp. And then with our high efficiency reflector lamp, we get out only 34.5. So you save another 6.5 degrees Celsius on your air conditioning cost. Remember, power-wise, you already save 75% from 115 watt down to 31 watt. If you consider more saving on your air conditioning cost, 6.5 degrees, then it's not too exaggerated for me to say I can save your lighting energy 90% saving for your lighting. 90% means to you, to the customer, if you 1 month, every month you have 10,000 ringgit per month, now it goes to only 1,000 ringgit per month. So it's a huge saving. Remember the payback period calculation, we don't include in this one. Okay, here's our customer reference. Singapore Changi International Airport. They use our lamp since 5 years ago. And so everybody, whenever you travel to Changi Airport, you can take a look and then look at the overhead lamps. They all use my lamp. My lamp is very easy to recognize. One single set, only 2 tubes. You see, it's very bright, the whole selling stores. These are another 2 stores from Singapore Changi Airport as well.